Greetings to all the esteemed viewers of Jonathan Job Villarreal's Watch Emporium. I'm Jonathan Job Villarreal, and I'm absolutely thrilled to share with you how we can expand our knowledge of the world through the English language. Our videos cover a wide range of subjects, including literature, philosophy, history, astronomy, biology, and more, providing a comprehensive and enriching learning experience. Whether you're new to our channel or a seasoned learner, our meticulously curated videos are designed to captivate and enlighten, empowering you to elevate your language skills. Today, I would like to talk about Fibonacci, who was an intelligent mathematician from the Republic of Pisa, considered to be the most talented Western mathematician of the Middle Ages. Fibonacci, 1170 to 1240, was an Italian mathematician born in Pisa for a young age. He showed a talent of a genius by helping his father with bookkeeping at the port in Algeria. It's worth that Fibonacci learned the Hindu-Arabic numeral system and realized its efficiency compared to the current Roman numerals. Recognizing his son's passions for mathematics, his father Guglielmo arranged for him to study under the leading Arab mathematicians throughout the Mediterranean region. Upon returning at the age of 30, Fibonacci has become a renowned mathematician and was highly regarded by the Roman Emperor Frederick II. In 1202, Fibonacci published the book Liber Abaci after years of dedicated research. Particularly in this book, the Fibonacci sequence was introduced, shedding light on the mysteries of this sequence, which continue to be explained by scientists for many years to come. It can be said that the sacred sequence is one of the greatest contributions, in addition to many other works on geometry, trigonometry, algorithms, and mathematics, leaving behind practical knowledge for future generations. The Fibonacci sequence is a classic mathematical sequence discovered over 800 years ago. To this day, scientists have discovered many interesting coincidences related to this sequence in nature. The Fibonacci sequence is an infinite sequence of natural numbers that starts with 1 and 1, and each subsequent number is a sum of the two preceding numbers. Specifically, the first numbers of the Fibonacci sequence are 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144 to 33, 377, and 600, 610, and so on. Any number in the Fibonacci sequence is always the sum of the two preceding numbers. For example, 1 plus 1, sorry, 0 plus 1 equal to 1, 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 plus 3 equal to 5, 5 plus 8 equal to 13, 55 plus 89 equal to 144. When constructing squares with side lengths corresponding to the Fibonacci sequence, it creates the most perfect rectangles with a ratio of the two sides equal to 1.618. The number 1.618, the golden ratio, is considered a perfect standard that nature has produced. It is an approximate ratio of two consecutive numbers in the sequence, and the larger the number, the more accurate this ratio becomes. The Fibonacci sequence has interesting applications in nature and appears in various phenomena. Leonardo Fibonacci used the Fibonacci sequence to solve two problems: the rapid reproduction problem and the origin of male bees. In nature, we can observe this correlation as well. The rapid reproduction problem goes as follows: starts with two rabbits, one male and one female. After 1 month, they mature and produce a litter with one male and one female rabbit. 1 month later, these rabbits reproduced, giving birth to another male and female rabbit capable of mating after 1 month. So, after 1 year, how many rabbits will you have? The answer is 144. The formula used to obtain this answer is called the Fibonacci sequence. The human body itself is the perfect example of this divine ratio. There are many more examples, such as the palm of the hand, the spinal vertebra, toes, earlobes, and more. All of them follow the rules of the Fibonacci sequence, which is a marvel that no one can fully explain. One of the most famous individuals who applied the Fibonacci sequence in their works is Leonardo da Vinci, the brilliant Italian polymath. Do you know why the Mona Lisa painting is considered one of the most beautiful paintings in the world? It's because the golden ratio 1.618 is depicted on the face of Mona Lisa, and many people assess the perfection of a person's face based on this ratio. Have you ever wondered why a trumpet flower has 3 petals? A daisy has 13 petals. A sunflower has 21 petals, and a daisy-like flower commonly has 34, 55, or 89 petals. Some flower species have the number of petals corresponding to the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, such as 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89. For example, a trumpet flower has 3 petals, a Persian buttercup has 5 petals, and a canthus flower typically has 8 petals, and the daisy-like flower commonly has 13, 21, 34, 55, or 89 petals. In sunflowers, the spiral patterns clockwise often have consecutive Fibonacci numbers such as 34 and 55 or 55 and 89. There are even cases where the number of spiral patterns is 89 and 144. The eyes on the husk of a pineapple also often have a number of segments corresponding to Fibonacci numbers, such as 13 and 21. When moving from the base to the top, the number of branches in the tree often follows the Fibonacci sequence, with each new branch branching into 2, 3, 5, 8, 13 branches. The leaves on the same branch of a tree also tend to grow at distances corresponding to consecutive Fibonacci numbers. Fibonacci spirals occur frequently in nature and can be observed in leaves, seashells, and even in the double helix structure of our DNA. In most cases, these spirals are related to the Fibonacci sequence. Due to the dense occurrence of Fibonacci spirals in existing plant species, it has long been believed that Fibonacci spirals are the golden rule in all plant species. In architectural design, the golden ratio is also extensively applied, seen in structures like the Egyptian pyramids and the Parthenon in Greece. In music, the works of geniuses like Beethoven, Schubert, and Mozart also adhere to this rule. Moreover, the Fibonacci sequence extends beyond Earth and remains applicable to other planets within our galaxy. Fibonacci is an important technical indicator in stock trading. The Fibonacci ratio is used to identify key points on price charts and in nature. Fibonacci retracement is a popular tool for determining support levels, resistance levels, price targets, and stop-loss orders in technical analysis. It is an essential method for building effective trading strategies. However, it is important to note that the Fibonacci indicator does not guarantee that prices will react precisely to potential support or resistance points. The selection of time frames, peaks, and troughs to draw Fibonacci lines is not straightforward and depends on the perspective of the investor. Therefore, traders should use Fibonacci in combination with other technical indicators to limit risks. There are three commonly used types of Fibonacci tools: Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci fans, and Fibonacci arcs. By applying Fibonacci tools, traders can gain insights into potential price levels and make more informed trading decisions. However, it is important to remember that technical analysis is not foolproof, and it is advisable to combine Fibonacci analysis with other indicators and risk management strategies for a comprehensive approach to stock trading. The Fibonacci sequence has wide-ranging applications in various fields. In nature, it appears in the structure and growth patterns of phenomena such as the number of petals on flowers, the spirals of seashells, and the reproductive patterns of certain species. In art, the Fibonacci sequence is used to create harmonious ratios in design and architecture. In stock trading, Fibonacci is an important tool for determining support and resistance levels, price targets, and stop-loss orders. The Fibonacci sequence reflects natural correlations and ratios in life. Understanding and applying Fibonacci helps us recognize beautiful and useful ratio patterns in nature, art, and stock trading. However, using Fibonacci requires combining it with other indicators and managing risk to make effective trading decisions. The Fibonacci sequence is not just a mathematical concept, but also an important tool for understanding and leveraging ratio patterns in our everyday lives. I deeply appreciate your presence in this episode. Your questions, comments, and feedback are incredibly valuable. So please do not hesitate to share them in the comment section below. Remember to give us a thumbs up or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, so you won't miss any very captivating and thought-provoking episodes. By enabling notifications, you can stay updated with our latest content. Please feel free to share our channel with your friends and family who may find our informative videos are beneficial. We are committed to providing you with high quality, thoroughly researched, and engaging content that will enhance your English language.